So guys,
Yep.
What?
why do people love Interstellar so much?
It's a good movie.
Yes. It's a classic. That's why.
It's the only movie where you can cry about physics.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's another movie you can cry about physics if we look hard enough.
Maybe.
But this is the popular one.
Quintessential.
Yeah.
You got tears in my physics.
All right. And then why is Interstellar almost 3 hours long?
I don't know.
So you can personally experience time dilation.
Whoa.
Maybe that was the way Nolan intended.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time Film, a podcast where we discuss directors' filmography in chronological order. You are currently joining us on our...
The Odyssey to the Odyssey.
There it is.
or the journey to the Odyssey.
Oh.
Joining us. So yeah, we're on Interstellar. So do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at the close of day. Rage against the dying of the light.
Great one.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is Josh, and these are my co-hosts, Jared.
Love is the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends time and space. Maybe we should trust that.
And then we've got Blake.
Mankind was born on Earth. It was never meant to die here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, the rare, like, all serious quotes. There's a lot of good ones.
There's a
lot of good ones in this.
Most things, it's a pretty serious movie.
Yes.
Well, if I just said something with slick after it, then,
Yeah, there you go.
or something Targe says, but,
Yeah. I do have one of those, I think, actually, yeah.
But those are all quotes from the movie Interstellar. So in today's podcast, we're going to go a little overview of some data stats on the film, then go into just general thoughts, then discuss spoilers and stuff about the film, the cinematography, the score, do some trivia, themes and messages, and final thoughts. So let's get into the movie details. It was 2014, released PG-13, 2 hours and 49 minutes. In a dystopian future where Earth has become near uninhabitable, a team of astronauts embark on a mission to find a new home for humanity. This was directed by Nolan, of course, written by Jonathan Nolan and Christopher Nolan.
Nice.
Our cinematographer is now Hoyte
Van
Hoytema.
There you go.
Which is the first for him with Nolan.
Yep.
And then we've got Hans Zimmer again. Production costs. What do you guys guess?
170.
I had 150.
Both close. It was 165.
Ooh, we got like right in the sweet spot. Yeah.
Nearly had it. Price is Right rules, though. So,
Well, okay.
Yeah, Beauty Pleasures.
I don't know if we've done that every time, but
the crazy thing is
like I'm higher, so we're playing by those rules today.
well, no, Price is Right. That means you win.
means you can't go over.
Oh, can't go over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then we're not playing by those rules, I guess. But
Okay.
then
I'll take it.
And then he was closer than if you
Yep.
if you don't go price.
I'll give it to Blake. I'll give it to the guest. He's
It's
not really a guest anymore,
I
though.
find it interesting though that
Just a guy.
the Dark Knight Rises was like $250.
I know.
And this was cheaper. Just kind of.
I just watched that movie
Rises?
the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see where 250 went. It was that movie is a spectacle.
There's some large action scenes that you don't really get in this film. Like anything that's like a little bit of action is all in space, which really probably was just done in a studio and not like had to like shut down half of Manhattan or whatever to film something or whatever to film. So maybe it's a little.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So Academy Awards, we've got win for Best Achievement in Visual Effects. And then nomination for Best Achievement in Music, written for a motion picture.
Nice.
Nomination for Best Achievement in Sound Mixing. Nomination for Best Achievement in Sound Editing. And then a nomination for Best Achievement in Production Design.
So the wins were
Just one win for visual effects.
okay.
Everything else is nominations.
Okay.
All right, so we got talent here. We've got Matthew McConaughey, Mackenzie Foy, John Lithgow.
Yep.
Timothy Chalamet, which I forgot he was in this film. David Oyelowo. I don't know how you say this guy's last name.
Oh, yellow.
Colette Wolfe, Anne Hathaway, William Defoe. William Devaney.
Willem Devane.
Devane. Okay.
It is. I know because he's in Marathon Man, which is an old movie. That
Michael
he was in.
Caine, Casey Affleck, Jessica Chastain, Topher Grace, and Matt Damon.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much everyone. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen this in a while, you do forget Chalamet's in it, but I don't think many people were aware of him at this time. You know,
He wasn't as well known.
yeah.
No, not at all.
All right. So, general thoughts, feelings.
Go ahead.
It just makes me feel old that this movie was a 2014. Because again, just like I usually do, I saw it multiple times in the theater. And it was just, I don't know that I'd really seen anything like it because I've never really seen like, your 2000 Space Odysseys and like things like that. And just, I remember being like really just like intrigued and enraptured by like the score and just like how emotional a movie about physics could be.
That's right. That joke's even better now when you think about it. Yeah. Did you cry about the physics though?
Oh, you got tears in my physics.
About you, Jared?
You want me to go next?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I wanted to. Well, I mean, I can ask you afterwards. But first thing I was thinking of this time watching, I imagine this film hits incredibly hard and different if you are a father. And so I wanted to ask you about that, but or a parent in general. But this film is very long, but it's so compelling of a story, and even the science of it, like they do a really good job. First time watching it, I didn't understand everything, but like I understand a lot more of it now, and they do a good job with that. And it's also such a visual feast that like it just flies by. Because Blake and I watched it, and I was like, dang, it is basically 3 hours, and it doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, that's amazing in itself, like to be able to achieve that. And also centering the story around, this is why I did the love quote, because I just think it's great. But also that being a stronger force than gravity is kind of like what they're describing in this movie or proving. And like that as a concept could be so cheesy in a movie, and it's like, but it's executed so well, and like you actually really feel it in this film, or at least I did. So it's just, yeah, it's amazing movie.
Yeah. If it wasn't as visually beautiful as it is, I don't think it would be as effective because there is so much science speak throughout the whole thing. It even gets me sometimes where I'm kind of like, okay, come on. But yeah, it doesn't change the fact it's a great film.
Yep. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, obviously it's a good film.
Yeah. Has it been a while since you've seen it?
It has been. Yeah, I didn't realize. I guess I don't really know how long it's been since I've seen it, but I guess it's not as one I've rewatched as much as some of the others of Nolan's films. And so it'd been a while since I've seen this film, and enough that like there was definitely several plot points of like the more obviously side plots, that like things that I'd forgotten completely about that was in there. So it was kind of a lot of fun to watch it again with like having those kind of things like, oh, I forgot this even happened, or this or that.
Yeah.
And so it was good.
I love when you haven't seen a movie in a while and you do like forget things in it. It's just fun to re-experience it.
Kind of your point, like, because it is a long movie and paced kind of slow,
Yeah.
But then, like you said, visually and just like what's happening and just the like kind of the exploration of what they're doing is so compelling that you aren't bored, even though it kind of feels like it moves kind of slow and it's long.
It's like almost an hour until they're even get up into space, right? Like it's pretty far into the movie, which is crazy. Yeah. I mean, does it? I was just curious, like, does it feel different, this kind of movie, because of what it centers around, being an actual parent? So I was just curious about that.
I mean,
that aspect of it.
I mean, anytime there's something you can relate personally with versus not, it's gonna resonate more emotionally, I think, than it would for people that have not experienced it.
We're both fathers, shared. We have animals.
Yeah. That's right. We still celebrated Father's Day the other day. I was just curious because, like, I'm obviously there's so many movies that, like, if you're a parent or you become a parent and then you like revisit an old movie and then you like it's such a different perspective or it hits you harder. But like this one, just because of it's mainly him and Murph. Like the father-daughter thing is like that's the main like big connection with the whole story.
For sure. All right, let's get into spoiler discussion of the film. So I mean, I guess opening stuff. Like, any thoughts, comments on the?
I wanted to ask you guys because I forgot to mention on the Dark Knight Rises pod, but is this one in this film is the start of it? I'm assuming because of IMAX. Oh, maybe they did it in the Dark Knight also, but the aspect ratio switching was bothering me.
It's
and I know why they did it.
Every single one of his movies does it.
Not the older ones didn't. I'm assuming it's when he started doing IMAX scenes,
it's from
right?
the IMAX stuff, because it switches when the IMAX. But it must only do that because you guys watch on the Blu-ray. It doesn't do that on the digital version I have.
Yeah.
It doesn't?
Yeah, when I watched Dark Knight Rises, it did it too. It just blows out to the IMAX, and then it's constantly going back and forth. So,
but the Dark Knight, though, did they do it with the opening scene? I don't remember noticing it then, though.
Yeah, they did. Both opening scenes in both those movies are shot in IMAX.
Yeah. But I mean, then, like, obviously, when we get to, I don't know about the other ones. I know Oppenheimer's definitely this way. And obviously, the Odyssey, because they said in the marketing, like, is all shot in IMAX. So then you don't have to worry about that. But it's just the difference, like, doing some scenes in that and then some other. But I'll have to check out the digital version then, because that's, I don't know, that was just bothering me because it did it a lot because it's not, it's like, I guess only in the action scenes they do it. That's how it was in Rises.
Well, before, when he first started dabbling in it, like it was, it's expensive to shoot with it. So they would choose the things and it would be, the bigger spectacle moments.
Yeah.
And, but I think as he went along, he shot more and more in IMAX till then eventually doing the whole film in IMAX.
Yeah. So like, that means that when I watch this on my disc, when the Odyssey comes out, it's just going to be a full screen movie. Unless they fix the aspect ratio, which I doubt. So,
I guess that's the way to do it. Do you have Oppenheimer on Blu-ray?
Yeah,
because that's the. I don't remember Tenet if they did the whole thing or not, but I know Oppenheimer was
the first.
Okay,
so is that just?
I'd have to watch it again. Yeah, I can't remember.
I will say though, it was awesome. Just because I don't normally get to watch like an actual physical, 4K. Like that was just obviously made it look. Even greater for a movie that has such amazing visuals. It was awesome. And you have a way better sound system than me.
Paul, I walked upstairs and my wife was just like, I forgot how good that score is. I could hear it throughout the entire house for 3 hours.
Nice. Yep.
All right. So thoughts on kind of around the opening stuff before we just the setting, the
I think a very good way to introduce like the dystopian like sci-fi element was chasing the drone down. Very, because you're just kind of like, what are they doing? Like, why is there just a drone flying around? Like, what is? And it's like, I just thought it was pretty cool. Just a good way to introduce that.
I agree. Well, and then the other thing that makes you really feel it a lot is then just the first dust storm when they're at the baseball game.
Yeah.
It's the first time you really see it, and they have to like do something about it or evacuate. That's the other thing to me that like really like, oh, like gets you settled into like, this is how the earth is now.
Well, I think, I mean, along those lines, but I think this is one of the more realistic depictions of what it probably would be more like.
Yep.
Like, I think most people, like they do, and even like they do continue in the film later on, just would keep going about life and just adjust.
Yep.
And that's what most people would do, because that's what we've always done. It wouldn't turn into some crazy, like,
No.
really different thing. It would just be, and there'd be a lot of people like, you know, him / his son, like we're just going to keep farming, keep doing the thing.
Keep doing it till we can't.
Yeah.
You know?
And then of course that gets threatened. So then that's another aspect thrown into it is, well, they talk about okra or something else before the corn.
Yeah. Okra goes first. Yeah.
And then the corn, but then they say like that gets affected then too, where it's like that this is not sustainable anymore either, right?
It would,
right?
But we never actually see that happen because he's still growing it at the end. So like, they just said eventually it would as well.
I mean, it's also just a really cool setup to see. Well, like a really cool setup too that you don't see till like the very end is just Murph's bedroom and the books coming off.
Yeah, that's my next.
Is that,
so
is
like,
that still that's still in that time frame though, right? When they're still on Earth?
Yeah, because like that's all established early on. Of course, she's calling it the ghost.
Yes.
Because she doesn't know what the hell to call it. I think again that establishing of their relationship, I think it helps like to see how he kind of sides with her at the school, like just different things, like how they have this good bond, and of course her mind is more like his, where they're like the engineer and the science mind versus the son.
Yep. And the son is just like when they're driving, he's just like, I would have just kept going. And he's like, what? So like, yeah, it's a good way to establish the differences between his two kids too, for sure. I'm trying to think. There was one other thing. I don't know. Here, go ahead. But there was
just like the next kind of major thing is interesting is from they figure out coordinates from one of the things, right? The dust. The dust, and then the is it Morse code there or something else? Binary there. Yeah, it's binary there. And then the coordinates, which then leads them to that present day NASA that's kind of underground because people wouldn't want to fund it. So they think of this, and
I mean, all this is great. I mean, this is the first, like, we start to really get into not as heavy yet of the science, but they start, I mean, obviously because he's there and he's like, why am I here? What are you guys doing? You know, all that. And they get into a little bit, but that's another thing that's good is they kind of ease you into it to where like, it's not just a huge, massive dump of like everything scientific right away. It's they like kind of spoon feed you along the way. They do a good job of that. So you don't feel overwhelmed with the scientific part of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The explanation there, the kind of, hey, this is stuff that's been going on now for a while. And so he's kind of like thrown in, which means, we get thrown into this thing that's like, obviously I already sent some people out. And so that kind of is interesting already, right? Like it's not like the start of something. It's like you're coming into something that's already been in the works. And he just happens to perfect timing show up right before they're gonna take off on the next thing.
How convenient. You also kind of get thrown right into like a weird space when you get to NASA because he gets interrogated by TARS like right off the gate.
Oh yeah.
and you're like, what is that? What is this guy?
Right.
Because when I first saw it, I was just like, is it a robot or is it a computer? It's like, I guess he's just a walking computer, but I don't know.
Yeah, so the design of that's kind of interesting because it definitely has like a more retro,
Yeah, it's very cool.
like on a throwback to like probably something more would be where they would design something for like in the 70s,
Yeah.
like in a sci-fi
Well,
film.
it's definitely his direct homage to 2001 with Hal. The design of it.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
that's, yeah.
Why would you say that?
Because it's enough to where it looks different, but it's the only thing that to me, I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is. Like it could be that's his like direct homage because I'm sure he loved that movie and I'm sure that had some kind of influence on this film because every space film has had an influence on 2001 since that came out. But that was late 60s. But I don't know. That's what it made me think of. I don't know if you actually talked about that.
How? I mean, I'm trying to understand how. What is it that remind you of that? I would totally agree that the film as a whole is definitely heavily inspired by Kubrick's.
Well, I mean
Odyssey.
the just like the talking computer thing aspect of it.
The voice
voice.
very much so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would agree the voice.
Yeah, I guess it's not as much the design.
The design of which what started the conversation. Because I was like, well, Hal was attached to the space station, like not a
yeah.
it wasn't
Sorry,
like a
I
robot
didn't mean
wandering
that.
around.
Yeah, no, that's my bad. I didn't mean the actual design because you're right. The design is very cool.
Yeah, pulled
And
together,
unique.
Jared.
But yeah, bad podcasting. But it is. You are right though. It is cool that it has the 70s retro feel to it as well.
For some reason, I don't know. There's a direct correlation, but there's something about it that reminded me of like the old Battlestar Galactica
Oh yeah.
films. Like there was something about the design that reminded me of that.
Yeah.
But I can't remember put my finger on what it was about it because it's been so long since I've seen anything.
Yeah,
other
I
than-
can see that as well.
They don't look like Cylons, so
No. So
I'm trying to think of which.
I don't know, but it's just something about it kind of made me think
Maybe
of
just the aesthetic of like the way things look.
maybe the
like,
texture of the metal or something. Like it kind of. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So then, besides those key moment of him leaving and having to leave without really feeling reconciled with his daughter and her upset about it. And
That's reminds me. That's what I was gonna mention. Is I love the moment of him driving, and she. Well, it's when he initially says like you can't come with me, and she hides in there with him.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he's actually leaves and he looks over under the blanket and sees that she's not there, that's a great moment.
Yeah.
Because he wishes.
Yeah, at that moment he wishes. Yes,
she
exactly.
was, not really saying goodbye to him.
Yep.
And but then she does run out as he's just getting to the horizon. She kind of runs out of the farmhouse, but and all that. Yeah, those are all done really well. And that young actress, great job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all that.
Yeah, I was not familiar with her though. Yeah, I don't think I've seen her in anything else. But yeah, it is interesting though. Like just now, how famous Chalamet is, but like he's actually not in this film as much as I thought or what I remembered he was. But it makes sense because I mean, yeah, like it's. But honestly, we don't really jump back to even though it plays a pivotal role. We don't jump back to Earth that much. But then. Yeah, obviously the more bigger impact thing is way later. Obviously, when they're played by different actors, and it's way.
Yes. Yeah, we don't see it much
later.
Once we leave Earth.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't really come back to the younger versions of the characters, and so then they're played by other people when we finally revisit. Which I guess we first gets revealed just when they were sending messages.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, so. He leaves Earth.
Yeah, I thought the design of the ship was really cool. Where they were just like, yeah, this whole room's a centrifuge.
Yeah,
and you're just kind of, I just thought that was cool. Like,
once they get out to like the the bigger space station ship thing.
No, like he was like, there's a moment when they're in NASA and he's just like, he turns his head,
the building, yes,
and they're like,
Yes.
this whole thing's a centrifuge. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Basically the whole building was.
So the things I remember, I think the first time watching the film, like I half expected us to see at the end it like take off.
Oh yeah, the whole thing,
the whole base.
Yeah, like or something. It turned into like a. Of course, it never did, but
it is really cool. Then playing with that to scene where he ends up at the very end of the film too, with the way that looks. Obviously, that's somewhere else, but it's just cool. That same idea of like
The same idea of
layout.
a huge, not dome, but a center.
Yes.
Yeah, you get it.
I don't know what it'd be called in that context
I don't know.
there at the end, but yeah, just remind me of that though.
Yeah, and that's like from. What's the
Halo.
no?
Halo has stuff like that.
Yeah,
too.
Halo has it, but they all ripped it off from Asimov.
Oh,
From
you're right.
Oh yeah.
You're right. I mean, that is all everything. Yeah, sci-fi. Yeah,
yeah,
he's the granddaddy of it.
Yeah, because they have that when they finally got there in the show. But
Yeah.
but I remember that's on the cover of one of the books.
Yes, that's right.
This has always stood out to me. It was a cool concept and
Very cool.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so then and kind of next big moment is the wormhole through the wormhole, like the the nice explanation with the folded thing and
Yeah.
Yep.
it's like
Very
Or
effective, very like simple, but it's a good visual
And that's
to
the
understand
kind
the
of
concept.
Yeah, that's the kind of explanation I need.
Yes.
They would have needed a lot
You're a
more
visual learner.
lot more paper to explain the rest of everything
Yeah.
that happened.
also like it's a sphere, and then you explain, and it's like okay, that's you're like, you're just always seen it drawn as a 2D thing, and
Yep.
A lot of the visuals and stuff in space, like I was writing out loud and then I'm like, well, I'm gonna save. I mean, because a lot of that, it's like we'll talk about cinematography. I don't know how much we want to talk about it now, but like because most of the visuals, in space is just like
that's the
so
first
many crazy things.
Yeah, that's like the first real shot that is really impactful. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we've got the and then to kind of come on the other side, just to really start to learn the time dilation stuff, and they start to explain it a little bit, but then like experiencing it, they land on the first planet, and then they get off, and it's like, and the guy like aged whatever.
Oh man,
He aged like 24 years or something.
Yes.
it's amazing.
Like-
That is my next note. Is Miller's Water Planet, and it just I don't know if they actually how much he did actually age, because I mean they do a great job just saying, like, all right, let's do what we need to do. 1 hour is 7 years, which is just crazy to think about in itself, but it's also an amazing setup for several scenes that we'll see after this. But and then another amazing visual in this that we can talk about later, but I love the don't remember who says it, but those aren't mountains, those are waves.
Oh yeah.
It's just insane.
McConaughey says
Does he say it?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the one that says it, because I think what's her last name? Anne Hathaway is kind of like, oh, look at the mountains, and then he's in the ship, like, and
I
he's
think
like,
it's Brand.
those-
Let me.
Brand
it's Brand.
sounds right. Yeah, it's Dr. Brand. And then he's like, those aren't mountains, those are waves.
Yep.
Crazy. Yeah, Brand. Yeah.
Like it was like they were gone so long that guy was just like, I almost gave up. Like he was like,
Well, I guess he was, and then he could have done some cryo sleeping, but he didn't.
Yeah, he
Or
didn't.
did some, but then he
then he
got tired of it.
It's insane.
Because I think it's something like it was like 40 years they were gone, but he aged like 20 some, like you said, like, because I think some of the time he was sleeping, and which slows it down or whatever. Yeah,
Was it 40?
I don't know.
Wow.
Well, that's what I was wondering, how much, because I don't know if they ever actually say the amount that they actually
They said
did lose
I thought they said 20 something.
Yeah,
But
being on the planet.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah, there was complications. They didn't do it as quick as possible.
and this is where we lose our first first crew member.
Yep.
Which is good because he's definitely the weakest of the group anyway. Like just as a character and that actor too. So
Yeah.
it was a good
Good shedding of some weight. All right, so then when he gets back, this is when we were alluded to, this is when we get the video messages and he's like watching them.
Yeah.
And this is the, like huge emotional moments because he gets older. He introduces, talks about being a grandfather, all the things. And it's like, man.
And then then the John Lithgow, the grandfather, her mentioning him passing away. I mean, this was, I don't know about you guys, but this is the one that like, even though there's so many memorable visuals, but like this scene, and obviously it was memed a bunch too, but like even after watching the first time in theaters, that was one of the most memorable scenes because it's so impactful and emotional. And obviously like McConaughey's performance in it too is really obviously sells it too, but it's it's still, I would say just watching this time, it still like hits just as hard.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't cry this time because I didn't want to let my boy see me cry.
Oh yeah, I know.
It gets you a little weepy though. You're just like, oh man.
Yeah, well, he's just sobbing.
Yeah.
And
didn't want to cry in front of the homies.
Nope.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So then,
is this also, or does he get the message later from Murph where she says, I'm now your age when you left? Or was that part of the whole batch of messages? I can't remember. But that one's really great too, because that's like where she started.
It might be later.
Okay.
That could be wrong.
That's when you can tell how angry she is too. But she's like, I'm now as old as like how old you were when you left.
Because that's when we introduce Earth again, basically. Because it's like
you're right.
Like you see the message from
that's
the sun
later, yeah.
And it's like, and then she doesn't leave any, I think, initially. And because I think they let that like sit, that she still hasn't sent him anything. And then a little bit later, he gets that one and it's that. And then we cut from there. Like it literally goes to then her recording it. And then you see the other Dr. Brand.
Yes.
Michael Caine's character, like kind of, and start to see that they've developed a relationship and kind of get some of that stuff, Earth stuff again. So then because of the mishap, right, then they don't have enough fuel to do both the other planets, so they have to choose. And
this is where she gets outed for liking or loving Edmonds.
Having a real previous relationship or whatever with the Edmonds planet. So
this is a great scene too, because she admits to it, and I mean it is a good scene because it's like the start of the tension, but then it is good also that she does admit, like she's like, I'm biased because of this reason.
And he knew the whole time.
Yep.
Because he was asking about it even before. And they, based on the data, they choose instead based on the data, and of course you find out the data was falsified.
Oh
yeah.
But like, so they pick going to Man's Planet. Dr. Man's Planet.
Was it really Hugh Man?
I looked it up. Because they don't say it in the movie, but I looked it up because I don't remember why. Like I heard it before, and I was like, I thought it was just someone saying a joke. But I guess it's true. It says when I looked it up, it wasn't in IMDb, but Hugh. So Dr. Hugh Man. Is that character's name?
Taking a full star off of the movie.
So this is which is also crazy to have like this new character show up this far into the film.
Yeah.
And especially with like an actor like Matt Damon.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this the first time he shows up in anything Nolan? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Because now then he's not anything till the Odyssey, I think.
He's in Oppenheimer. I don't remember how much.
No,
though.
he is in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
He was in there a good bit, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, this was really cool the way they did it because he's uncredited, so he's not in the credits. So it isn't like a genuine surprise.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they would have put him in the trailer, obviously, either. So, like, this is really cool. Yeah.
I remember being pretty shocked whenever they opened it up. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So then we slowly get to reveal that Dr. Mann has falsified in this planet, there's no surface below the ice.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to save himself. Right?
I think he wants to continue the mission, doesn't he?
In what way?
Well, he was the only one who knew that it was futile at that point. There was never plan A. It was always going to be plan B. So I think he was his ultimate goal was to go to another planet and do plan B with the embryos.
Okay.
So that's why he tries to steal the ship with that's where they had all the embryos and stuff. And he's trying to get out of there and probably go to the, I forget the other guy's name. Edmund's planet.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. I guess I just assumed he wanted to save himself because otherwise I don't know if it was clear that they were just going to skip and not try to do anything else and go back. Is that what the other plan was originally for?
No, they wanted Coop wanted to go back the whole time.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But then you get that big reveal that Dr. Michael Caine's character, they said that plan A was never viable.
Yep.
And that plan B was always the plan.
Yep.
And Mann knew that. So he was just kind of like a purist and went for it.
Yeah.
Was going to go for it.
That's the other big reveal around this time is, that. And talking to his daughter, Dr. Brand, about that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I wanted to ask you guys, because I don't really know, but I like to what you're talking about with Dr. Mann, do you agree with him at all in what he's doing? I mean, whether you do or not, I do love, because obviously, he tries to justify himself when, with, Matthew McConaughey. Sorry, I don't know why I'm blanking now. Coop, thank you. But when they're talking back and forth and having their discussion, obviously it escalates, but I also love the way Coop says coward to him after all that. It was just a really good moment. But yeah, I don't know. I was just curious if you guys think any of his justification is good or legit, or do you think he's just a coward?
Well, he knew that Brandt and Cooper were not going to be on board because of neither of them knew that plan A was never going to be in the cards. So I don't know if cowardice really goes into it because he was going to continue the mission.
Mm-hmm.
But so what was he going to do? He's going to abandon them, maroon them, and that was it. So, yeah. I don't think he's a coward. I think he was just trying to keep going as a purist for the future of the human race.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the theme of keeping some information under wraps or twisting the truth a little bit for the greater good. They do the same thing at the end of Dark Knight Rises, right? They tell this lie about Harvey Dent.
Yep.
And Batman to just try to, because they think it's going to be for the better. And it's the kind of same thing here, right? Like, it's like, well, we're going to keep this information kind of low key because people keep having hope to go to do something. So I think it's a common or a theme he's used before.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's manipulation. I mean, Cooper would have never left if he knew Plan A was never was never in the cards.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the line when Dr. Mann, when they finally do take him out of cryo sleep and all that, and the line, he says something about however long it's been since he's had any, human contact at all, and he says, I pray that you never experience this feeling or something like that. Just a really good line also that he says to him.
Yeah, because he talks about how he just went to sleep multiple times and how he didn't even set a set a wake time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then we get the kind of the tension because he turns evil, right? And then he's trying to steal the ship to take the main ship or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we get the
docking
sequence, which
scared the crap out of me, both of us.
Dude, yeah, how loud we had it on, and it was a moment I just forgot about. It was amazing. I mean, this whole sequence
I was
is
even
amazing.
braced for it, but yeah.
Yeah. This whole docking sequence is incredible.
The way there's times where the score like matches with the little claws that are trying to go in. It's like, it's just like little details like that are the reason why Nolan's just
the ticking too. I love, which I didn't write it down, so I'll go ahead and mention it now in score. But because I just remember that too with the score. There's a ticking going on in the I think on Miller's Water Planet when they first get down there, which is so cool. After they just say like about the time. Yeah, it's awesome. So it implements that in the score there.
Yeah, it was just it's done so well for the suspense, right? And like what's happening, even though even in the composition, like all the things that kind of went into showing what was happening and the back and forth and it's like, is he going to figure it out? And you keep thinking, well, especially because I didn't remember the specifics because of just been so long since I've seen it. So I was like, what's really going to happen here? It's like, so it was done really well. And even the explosion.
Yeah.
Like just sure did.
Yeah. The editing too is just, the back and forth, like you're talking about is so good in that makes you really feel the tension even more. Yeah. And it is like a pretty hard cut
and
with him exploding.
Yes. But then right after that you get like the coop stocking, which is awesome and harrowing.
Yes.
Right. Because the explosion starts spinning.
Yeah.
And then they have to try to
match the spin and
get control of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. All of that is so well done. And yeah. Just the tension, the editing, like all the stuff is just, it's a great action sequence.
I mean, and also at some point, Dr. Brand, she finally passes out. Yeah. But he keeps it together. Yep.
Yep.
Crazy.
And then once they get on, because also, I was heading for the atmosphere too of the one planet.
It was going back down into man's planet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they pull it out of there. And then there's the plan of how to get it to, they don't have enough fuel to just do the normal flight pattern to get to the final planet.
Yeah.
As an option. And
they get sucked into the black hole.
Yeah, so he has to plan it, and they're going to use it to kind of whip them around or whatever. And then, and of course, this, like, the visuals again, close to the black hole is so cool looking. And of course, then you get the reveal where he was never planning on going with her. Like, he didn't tell her about that.
Yep.
And he sends her off on her own, and he basically sacrificing himself to go into the black hole.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of sequences that just keep escalating, and then like, I mean, even emotionally, like it keeps building too up until that moment, and then obviously that continues into our next part as well. But yeah, it's just it's all very, very effective.
Yeah.
So how'd you feel about then that I mean that transition of just like quietness then, right, when he finally gets in the center of the black hole, I guess, or whatever you want to, I don't know what they don't really specify.
They do that at different times in it. That I was going to mention the score too, but just the effectiveness to cut to no score and no sound, obviously in space, because that's how it would be. And then, but yeah, then in that moment as well, just makes it more such a like a hard cut and make you feel it even more, because it is going from so much. Actually, especially the docking sequence before that, because there's so much going on in the scene, but also the score, another one of my favorite parts of the score. And then like, and that gets so huge, and then to cut to that, awesome moment.
So then we get the kind of revealed aha moment of calling all the way back to the original ghost scenes in the and of course at this point on Earth, also the older version of Murph, played by Jessica Chastain, is there in the room, and we get this kind of cool representation of 5 dimensions or whatever it's supposed to be.
And like the Morse code in the watch.
Yes,
that is the eureka moment of the whole movie.
Yep. I mean, everything has to line up perfectly too, because like her husband's outside, and she's like, oh, I mean, he's trying to get her to come out, and then her brother's coming to the house. But it's like, obviously that has to happen in that moment for all this to happen, and then obviously she knows to do all and picks up on this Morse code and all that, and this Blake informed me of the Infinity bookcase, the massive influence on
Infinity Castle
of Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Which I was not aware of.
So basically it's the same the way it looks inside of the black hole during the 5-dimensional spot there, the anime Demon Slayer, like in that movie Infinity Castle, it's very much the same thing, and I just pointed it out. I just thought it was I just mentioned it to him, and he just happened to it's
a cool visual. And I mean, I'm sure it's been influenced in other things since then as well.
Oh yeah.
But
it
is awesome design. But I refer to it as the Infinity bookcase, but I don't know what else you would call it.
In the movie, it looks like Infinity bookcase.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
always
just the
would call
same
it.
room over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I guess, and it's like he says at the end, like it's because the whole time in the movie they think there's some other beings that are helping them out and getting feedings.
They keep saying they, and they're asking like, who's they? Yeah.
And of course, this is the reveal. It's like, it's just us from the future.
Yes.
Sending guiding us.
Very cool. Also, then getting another callback to Dr. Brand.
The handshake.
Yep. That moment where the first time you see that, you think it's them, the they, or like some kind of another maybe ghost thing, and then you see that from the other side, and another awesome moment. A lot of very good callbacks and what would you call that, setups and
payoffs.
Payoffs, yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, it's something Nolan does well. Right?
He really does. Yeah. It's a staple in a lot of his films.
So, we get this moment of then Cooper waking up, and then he's saved, quote unquote saved.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, then it's sometime in the future, and we have the old elderly version of Murph that's.
Yeah. Now, this is the part that reminds me of Battlestar Galactica, because then you have basically Rangers out there in what are essentially the Raptors or whatever from. And they're just like willy-nilly flying around like spaceships.
Yeah.
That's where it kind of cuts to like a very hard sci-fi side.
Living in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, also until I looked at the cast, so cool. Well, obviously you see them like, is that the very start of the movie where it's her talking?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, in the beginning you have all the documentary, like interviews of people.
Yeah. So I was going to mention, because I didn't know that was Ellen Burstyn, is the old version of Murph. And I mean, obviously the original Exorcist is the thing she's most known for. Obviously she's been in a lot of things, but I didn't realize it was her at first. But that was really cool to see her. But yeah, this is another great moment, obviously, with them two reuniting actually, like in this way, as opposed to through this communication of the Infinity Bookcase.
I think that moment got me worse in the feels. Whenever Coop meets Murph again, and she's old, I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this.
Yeah, it's kind of because the same thing about talk about having immortality or whatever, and then but then you get to watch everyone die around you and that you care about, and it's crazy.
Heavy.
That's interesting. We get the setup for their museum of history.
Yeah.
Where they have the old farm, which is totally what they would do.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yep.
All recreated one day. Yeah.
This is the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you kind of see whenever the kid hits the baseball and it goes through the house, they very much modeled it after Earth. It looks like modern homes, just upside down.
So cool. That's another way of playing with the perspective of how when you see the baseball move and go through that, and it's like
straight up.
Yes.
And then
just learn to read it.
What?
You just learn to read it properly. If you're playing, it's like a different.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. That'd be hard to get used to.
Well, I mean, just I guess you learn to read gravity for how it is for us right now. So then I guess you would just learn to read it, right? But
right.
Yeah.
But, so that the read, it was very emotional. And then we get but she mentions about Brand, and because of the time difference, she's out there, right? So then he basically steals a ship, it seems like.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, yeah.
Because the guy's checking him, and then he's like, wait a minute, this one's gone.
Yep.
And those are the ships that you were talking about that kind of feel a little more like the Battlestar Galactica. And it's funny though, because in the robots haven't changed, because it looks exactly the same, and it sits in the back, and almost like a droid,
R2
in Star Wars,
yeah.
But not on the full outside, still in the side.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's very few. Just remind me, there's very few, we were talking about how serious this movie is. Very few comedic moments or moments of levity. I mean, there's a few with the people, but it's mainly Tars. Yeah. And that just reminded me at the end when he's fixing him and adjusting his what they worded as it's not humor.
Well, the difference was there was the honesty thing, and then because when you first introduce him, he's like, it's set to 90%. And he's like, why is it set to 90%? And he's like,
well, I have this. This is my other quote: "Absolute honesty isn't always the most diplomatic nor the safest form of communication with emotional beings." Oh, and then the other one was
depending on how emotional the beings are, you might have to dial it back.
exactly.
Let's dial that back to 65.
Yeah, and the other one he says is my trust setting is apparently lower than yours.
Yes.
Or no, maybe Coop said it to him. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was an interaction he has with the TARS.
Because when man is taking the ship,
That's right. Yeah,
and he's like kind of like surprised, and the TARS is like, well, your trust level must be set to lower than mine.
yeah.
Or higher than mine, whatever. Yeah. But, yeah. You're right. That's where the comic relief comes in.
That's really, yeah. Which is good. I mean, obviously, like something that's so serious and heavy this film is, obviously, it's nice to have a little bit of that. But, I mean, but then it's also a good balance because then, like, if there was too much of that too,
it start to get.
It wouldn't have been good. Yeah, it would have made this movie not as effective. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we get the final shot of Dr. Brand on Edmund's planet.
It's an awesome shot.
Yeah.
Of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can see that, like, so I guess it implies that Edmund was not alive when she got there. Kind of implies.
I mean, the look on her face, I can't.
Yeah.
I say he dead.
Yeah. I mean, you see the, like, plot, but, like, it's so hard to tell, like, well, how long has it been? Like, right? Like, but she looks the same.
Yeah.
So seems like she's not been there that long.
No, this is,
And that's kind of what's implied, but, like, you don't, because then it's kind of like Coop can get there if he leaves and it's like not that much time has passed for her and they can live happily ever after.
Yep.
They're going to have to start repopulating that whole...
Right, that line that his dad gives him. He's like, do your part, man.
Yep.
Repopulate the earth.
Yep.
Because he's talking about the teacher. The teacher,
Yep.
he's like, she's single. And she's like talking about how landing on the moon wasn't real and all that stuff. And
He's just like,
she's like, we changed the textbook so they'd be.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. That's, yeah. Actually, in that scene, that reminds me also, another just great moment that Coop says is he says something about measuring his pant size is two numbers. And he says, and you want to say
and you measure my son's
future
with just
with
one.
one. Yeah. Great line.
Yeah. That's a good line. So, how do you feel about the ending? Do you think? I guess because you could have ended just with the Murph and didn't even have to show Dr. Brand stuff.
I mean, sets up Interstellar too. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, which never got made.
No, it'll never happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a Nolan ending. It's like, you know, what's gonna happen? Leave it up to the audience.
Yep. I mean, he likes obviously doing that in a lot of his films, and I enjoy films that end that way a lot. But you know what? You talking about that though, it is cool. He has like certain IP that he's created that, like, if he ever wanted to revisit, like, I mean, we'd all be there day one. Like, I mean, if they did Inception 2, if they did Interstellar 2, like there's different ones.
There's Siege 2.
Yeah. Like I would be there.
Not that one.
That one's already a masterpiece. I don't know if the second would taint it, and that's probably a lot of reasons why he doesn't, like, he's like, I'm done with this. But I wonder how much pressure he's gotten from higher ups to be like, hey, let's do more with this.
See, I don't know where all this prestige masterpiece stuff comes from.
You don't like it? You don't think it's a masterpiece?
I think it's his weakest movie.
Wow.
Oh wow.
But that's just me.
That's a scorching take.
I know. I'll see myself out.
Yeah.
See, we invite you back.
That's fine.
We'll see what the comments say.
Just because it's the weakest doesn't mean it's a bad film.
No,
though.
I know.
Something's got to be at the bottom.
Same thing I said. Dark.
It's not that.
I said what I said.
Dark Knight Rises is for sure the weakest.
It sure is not.
You don't think it's the weakest of the trilogy?
Well, of the trilogy, yeah, but not of all of his movies.
No. I'm saying of the Batman trilogy, it's the weakest, but it's not a bad movie at all.
No.
Yeah. No. So yeah, but it still would be.
I just said it. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah, I know.
Prestige is not a bad movie. It's just his weakest, his personal weakest.
That's definitely not.
Disagree.
Yeah. You just didn't get it, man.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Did you?
Yeah. I just watched it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say before we get into the cinematography and scores?
No, but I do. It is really cool that two people from this are kind of going to be two main people in the Odyssey. Like, it's cool getting Anne Hathaway again, and then obviously
Right,
Matt
because he
Damon.
hasn't worked with either one of them since, right?
I don't
Because
think so.
Well, we said Matt Damon's in
Oppenheimer.
but I don't think Anne Hathaway's been in.
No, it's just this and Catwoman. I think was the only two she up until Odyssey. So, I mean, we were already like praising Anne Hathaway, especially in Rises, like, because I feel like she got a lot of hate for that, and it's just like it's really cool to see her doing a lot of. We were saying like just like in 5 movies this year.
Yeah, 4 or 5 movies.
It's crazy.
This year in theaters.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yes. There's one we just saw that was in the trailer in the theaters.
So there's
I talked about Mother Mary.
There's Mother Mary.
Is that good?
Not the story, but
okay.
visually and everything else
There's
was awesome.
Devil Wears Prada 2.
That's right. That's the one I forgot.
And then there's the Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the one that has like it's like a like the it's the one we saw a trailer for. Like it's her and
Ewan McGregor.
yeah, and they it's like
It's the one with the dinosaurs.
Yes.
End of Oak Street or something.
Yeah.
There's that.
Stupid.
And then there's
it
the
doesn't
5th
look that.
one is the one that's kind of like the thriller where like it's her and what's her name from this 50 Shades of Grey movie? And the guy and
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, Dakota Johnson.
Okay.
And there's it's like there's 5
I remember
films.
that one.
That's insane.
That one's.
Yeah.
Has there been a trailer for it? I haven't seen it. Okay.
I think we saw it at Trailer
Did we?
Fest.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe it's just one of them things where like they've been filmed and like
Some of them
they're
had
just,
to be.
they're
for
just
sure.
dropping all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some
I
of
mean,
them,
she can't. I mean, unless they're quick shoes, there's no way you're doing 5
She's
movies
got bills,
in a year.
dude. She's got bills.
Anyway, well, I mean, it's just how great of an actress she is, or that I think she is, but also like there was a moment not too long ago, I don't think she was doing much. So like it is just crazy to see her doing all this now. And yeah.
I remember it felt like I hadn't seen her anything in a long time. And then she was in that TV series, miniseries on Apple TV with Jared Leto. And, and she was really good in that.
Yep.
And then I was like, yeah, you haven't seen her in a while. And then like it's been kind of.
But then it's also cool, like, and they're definitely a lot of films this year too. But then it's also cool, like, both Tom Holland and Zendaya in Spider-Man and Odyssey. It's just like, really cool. But she has at least 3. I mean, the drama also, but there's probably another movie of hers this year as well. She's doing a lot.
The drama was awesome.
It was.
I have to watch it. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, it was, there's 3 for her, and you're like, she's got to have one come out in the fall too.
Yeah.
So why not, right? So maybe she'll have
And
4.
we had all of Euphoria, so yeah, she's done a lot. But
So, what is the weakest Christopher Nolan movie to you then?
Well,
I don't know until we finish.
Yeah, we got to finish.
Yeah, because I do want to that. Like that's one cool thing about doing this is just revisiting all these films.
I would say either was the one with the one within the
Insomnia.
Yeah, Insomnia.
Is that the one you like the least?
Yes.
Oh, I take it back. That one is the worst. I forgot about that one.
And then I think
I liked it better than Following.
Okay, well, yeah, Following is. I mean, that's a different though.
It still was his first.
That was like
I know it was very.
That was almost like an.
It's like
art.
It's almost seems like a you made as your like senior thesis or something.
Yeah,
like it feels like that.
You're right. I mean, if we're not counting that,
it wasn't. I guess a theatrical film.
Well, you want to talk about somewhat like Hollywood type. Like bigger budget movie, Insomnia would probably be the lowest, but we'll see.
I completely forgot about that one. Yeah, I fell asleep watching that one.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We gotta watch some of these again.
Interesting falling asleep to a movie called Insomnia.
The irony.
Yeah.
All right, so get into cinematography.
Yeah. Hoyta just crushing it right out of the gate. First one with Nolan, he's like, I'm gonna
Yeah. So I
gonna
wonder
crush it.
what the story is behind that.
I know.
Why he switched. Because, like, you know, we know with the later with Ludwig and Zimmer, like that was because Hans Zimmer wanted to do Dune and he couldn't do both. So then he had to find somebody
And
else.
that was such a great decision.
And then, but then since then he hasn't gone back, right? Like he just keep going
Right.
forward. And it's the same with Hoyte, right? Like not once he switches. But is it probably isn't that he feels like Fitzer like let him down or anything. Like, like I don't think it was from a quality standpoint. So I wonder what.
Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I'm gonna.
And
do
I was
some
when I
research.
went through trivia, nothing came up, so I didn't. So
Okay.
I'd have to look like search for it specifically, find out what the thoughts and reasons are.
I just know now, like now in 2026, he's kind of getting up there, at least with like the way people talk about him, and obviously like the movies he's done now. Like Hoyte is kind of getting up there with like Greg Fraser and some of these other guys, obviously Deakins, and I'm blanking on because that person's kind of getting up there now too. The DP on the third Dune, Linus something. But yeah, so I don't know. Like there's some that are kind of getting more. I don't know. I just this guy is, at least for me, he's getting pretty high up there. Just seeing what he's done with. I haven't looked to see what else he's done like outside of Nolan, but yeah, this guy is it's amazing what he does.
No, yeah, he's super talented. But yeah, I don't know what else I haven't really looked to see what else.
I'm gonna see.
I'm just more curious, like, because Nolan seems pretty like.
No, I agree.
Once he finds a team, he sticks with them until.
It is interesting because
why was the switch?
Well, I'm also curious because you're right. The reason for the switch in composer too, but like we know the reason why then, but like why hasn't he come back even? But obviously Ludwig is like one of the best now too. So it's like,
is this guy on?
Do you really need a switch?
Is this guy on future movies?
Mm-hmm.
The cinematographer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one from here on out on all of Nolan's. So I believe he did Odyssey too. I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look and see, but
yeah, I almost wonder if he needed. I don't know. I was like gonna say someone that with a different visual style or something, but
well, so this is another one I'm seeing already. That's just like awesome that he did is Nope, which looks incredible too. So he did that. Maybe he's
these like Capital One commercials.
Yeah, maybe he's his guy as well. Did he do any other of his? No, he didn't do. Ooh, he did Her, Spectre. That's right. So we did talk to him once before.
Right. I remember that coming up when we were.
Yep.
The Spectre. Yep.
Not
but no
much else so far. But anyway, I was just
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's been doing stuff for a while.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting what the reason for the switch.
I wonder also if he's just like well-known cinematographer with IMAX, because I remember seeing behind the scenes, I think it was on Oppenheimer and a few other ones, where he's just like carrying around this massive thing, and he seems to like be a pro at it and know what he's doing. So maybe he's like done a lot with IMAX and he's like really familiar with that already.
I mean, at this point, he did with Fitzer. He did at least 3 films.
True.
That they used IMAX cameras on. So I don't feel like you would. It might have been. I could see if it was the first film he shot some IMAX stuff, and it's like, oh, well, we switched because of someone's experience with IMAX versus not. But
so, by the way, just so I remember his name, Linus Sandgren. So he's also Damien Chazelle's DP. So like, that's awesome too. Like, obviously we just talked about him when we did Saltburn, but obviously he's doing Dune 3. But yeah, First Man, La La Land. Like, he did a lot of.
Do one of the James Bonds as well.
No Time to Die.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's done a lot more, but I'm very interested to see the difference in that too. Just because I was kind of bummed that Greg Fraser didn't do the third one since he did the other two, but that was because of Project Hail Mary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting.
Which again, there's an example.
It's just
of
the timing wise, it's different things.
And you decide to want to take a different project on.
Yeah.
And, so you're forced to find somebody else, which is my guess is probably what happened here. With this, like Fitzer maybe, had something else he really wanted to do, and so then the conflict in timing. And
but you are right though that if he gets his guys out and he really likes them, he sticks with them obviously all the way up until this point.
All right, so what else we got for cinematography?
To start, I just said pretty much everything in space and on the planets, which is it's hard to narrow it down.
That's
it's
literally
just,
all I had to say.
Yeah.
Yes, those things really, the scale of things, right? Like I think is what comes through in a different way than, I don't know if it's, Fitzer versus or not, but I feel like there's certain scale that you see in whether on the planets, even on Earth or then in space, that it just feels different than things previously in the film. And I mean, in a good way, especially for what you're going for in the overall of this film. And
I agree.
And then, we kind of touched on it before, but obviously the wormhole, the black hole, those
both of those,
those visuals are all fascinating and interesting, and
I'm sure we'll talk about in the trivia, but I'm blanking on his name, but the real life scientist that was so heavily involved in not only the actual dialogue with all of it, but also visualizing this stuff in space, and also, what we already have seen, but because I know a lot of this, it's they had to come up with it because we have not seen it in real life, that much of it, or we've only seen glimpses of it, and it's so they had this guy on for all of it to make sure all the scientific talk was accurate, but also visualizing this stuff in space.
Yeah, everything is very based in science, even if it's not something in this film, which is awesome. Even whether from the concepts even around the gravity and all that stuff to, those are all they're theoretical things that we haven't completely proven yet, but it's things that.
Same with Project Hail Mary, very similar. When they get into the science of all that too, it's very, very real too. It's awesome. I think Nolan and really the only other person is Villeneuve when you talk about scale that does scale the best.
Yes.
It's which again also gets into this guy, Hoyta, and then obviously Greg Fraser.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say Greg Fraser does that well because the same in what's the Star Wars the Rogue One that he has DP on that. The scale on that is also, and yes, they both have a very similar style in that that's different than that. Fitzer did not really quite.
Yeah, because it still felt big, in the Batman films, which Wally Fitzer did all those, but then it's not the same as this.
Not at the same level. Yeah.
No. Yeah. And then he can also go really small, like we mentioned on The Prestige, which is intentionally very intimate and which is he did great at that as well. But yeah, you're right. This is different.
Yeah. Oh no, he did a great job on the stuff. I was just there's a definitely It's almost again why you probably kissed that with him afterwards, but you feel like it was just still leveling up.
Yeah, because you think right after this, the next one's Dunkirk. That has to look massive too, with what the subject matter that. Well, I guess both though, because then that also has to be very intimate at times too. It's got to do both.
Well, it's when they're doing Oppenheimer. That's so much.
Same thing.
Stuff is so intimate in conversations and just faces.
But then the actual
faces. Yeah.
I love that it was someone talking about reviewing Oppenheimer and just saying this is just guys and dudes talking. It was like someone reviewing
Yeah.
it.
Just
like,
a bunch of men talking.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Hey, I mean, that's another thing. If you can make that compelling for also, that's also probably 3 hours, right? That film?
Mm-hmm.
At least. Yeah.
I think it might be actually.
Yeah, it might be longer, yeah.
And then like you mentioned earlier with the Miller's Planet, right? It's the water
Yes.
one. And that, I mean, that's another example of the scale. Like just the feel of those waves is insane and looks so scary, but also awesome. And then when they take
Looks
off
real also.
and they get out of there and they're kind of almost like surfing it,
Yeah.
which is awesome. But then they ride it the one time and go down.
Mm-hmm.
His face when they're going down the wave.
That was good.
That's such a meme.
That
like
is a
that
good
one.
one.
That one screenshot of
That
him
one I
screaming.
forgot about, and you mentioned it.
So there-
when we were
there it is.
watching. Yeah. Yeah.
One of my favorite shots is when they get to man's planet and they do the the reflected shot of the ice and they're going through.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that looked cool. And really,
Because ice clouds.
yes.
Do they like to hit the cloud?
Yeah,
and they're
they
like,
hit the-
they're
the
like,
cloud.
because they look kind of like clouds. And
Oh,
then
frozen clouds.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that planet too. Yeah, the scale of that too. When you see it, when they get out and you can see the vastness of
Just-
it. That's another one. I'm like, how'd they film this? Because I'm wondering how much was like just a giant set and where that, how they
Well, they were
blocked
on
it off
location.
or-
I'm pretty sure filming in like
were they.
I'm sure.
Iceland or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, did they actually go out somewhere like that?
They
Or
almost had
did they do
to.
Like,
There's-
yeah, I guess so. It did look very real.
Very desolate,
Yeah.
lonely.
Yeah, I mean, probably even the water stuff is probably somewhere practical. Just adding the wave in
Mm-hmm.
CG stuff.
Yeah, all that looked
I feel
very
like they could
real.
have shot that in a water pool.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I don't know.
but I think he likes to do the practical stuff.
Yeah,
So
that was a real wave.
not the wave part. Not the wave part.
He's like, I've made a giant wave in this, so that's why I'm going to blow up an
I mean,
actual
he made
atomic
an
bomb.
atomic bomb. He made
He
an
destroyed
atom bomb.
another IMAX camera doing it.
Exactly. That's another thing, man. It's just a perfect director for the Odyssey too. When we talk about scale, like you need that in that, in all the locations, and obviously we heard about all the locations they went to filming that. Like it's just gonna be so cool to see.
Heard a Cyclops destroyed another IMAX camera for the
Cyclops
Odyssey.
did.
Yeah, dude.
A siren blew up an IMAX camera with her
Went through two.
song.
Yeah, it was just crazy. The lore around this movie, it's not even out yet.
Yeah, yeah.
We talked about the docking sequence a good bit.
Oh yeah.
The black hole, just the visuals of that going in there. Yeah.
Oh, I guess the other one I would mention
Space
as far as Earth, because pretty much everything we talk about in space on the other planets is like the standout, but the driving through the cornfield,
Mm-hmm.
the beginning's another awesome visual.
I was
Reminiscence of Twister.
Yes.
oh yeah.
That's what it made me think of.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of also get like a really, when they're on Earth, you get kind of like that browned out kind of feel, which is visually very effective just based on the dust and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was a great choice instead of making everything super like crisp
Yes.
and vibrant there. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It helps make it feel more desolate, but also helps like every planet that it has a very distinct
Yeah.
look. Right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And that helps distinguish things too.
absolutely.
Yeah. So let's get into score a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys go.
Yeah. I mean, this score is also like I think it's right up there with some of the other stuff that Hans Zimmer's done, but it also feels very fresh. Like whereas like some of the feel like there's a lot of similar instruments. Maybe that's the best way to say it. In like between even the Dark Knight stuff and Interstellar or not, sorry, Interstellar, Inception. Like there's the kind of like there's a kind of a commonality there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, they're different things, but like commonality. And then this
I know what you mean.
feels very different and very appropriate for space. But,
Yes.
and just kind of like like I know you talk about like how he experiments and kind of almost invents instruments or sound like to create things. It seems like whatever he did, it was like something different here. Cause the same thing when Dune, I remember hearing first Dune and I was like, okay, this is very different for what Hans Zimmer's done before.
Yep.
That's one of the best. Yep.
But also great. And so I think that was my big takeaway. And then of course the main theme is just so one of those other things you can just listen to anytime.
Yeah, this one's a personal favorite for the Nolan. Hans
You have this
Zimmer.
on vinyl?
I don't.
Surprising.
I do have Hans Zimmer live on vinyl though.
Well, you also got to see him live, which
It's
I
basically
just
the exact concert, so I get to relive it. Man. Yeah. But I did openly weep when he played the Interstellar stuff.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Well, like we said, you gotta let us know when he's around again.
I will, and because every time I've been on here, I've been like, yeah,
yes,
that was the best thing ever.
And Josh and I both want to.
It really was.
Go see him
live. It was so
live.
cool.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do him next at the Maryland Symphony.
Oh,
because they did a John Williams tribute there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And so it'd be cool.
Yeah, but I mean, him actually being there with his full.
No.
I mean, that would be better. But no, it wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't John Williams there.
No, I know, but I'm saying for this, like, he has to play somewhere very specific for his whole. I mean, he has a whole orchestra and a whole band, right?
Yeah,
like it's a ton
massive.
of people on stage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, they would have to make sure they have all the instruments they need and people to play it to do that. But
yeah, how many were there for the John Williams?
I didn't get to go to it.
I went.
Did you go?
Yeah.
That's right. You remember you sending me it? Well, yeah, we didn't go. You did go to it?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great.
Cool.
It was just the Maryland Symphony Orchestra. I mean,
playing the stuff.
Of course. Yeah, I just couldn't remember how
it's
many.
It's great to hear stuff played live.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I remember was at CinemaCon 2 years ago. Was it the Universal presentation? They had their main in-house orchestra.
Oh yeah.
And they did a whole I don't know how long it was, 8-minute, 10-minute medley of like things or mashup of things, and they went for one thing, the other, but they had the visuals like.
I love when they do that.
Yeah.
So it was like, and of course in there's some Williams stuff, John Williams stuff too, but they were obviously doing different things. But
did they actually like live score then the trailers too when they were played? Because that would be sick if they already had an orchestra.
No,
there.
they didn't do that. They used them to play other things in between as they would transition from who's on stage or not. They would play that stuff live.
Yeah.
But the opening of like the whole thing, the presentation was that with the visuals that they cut to it, and it was
it's pretty sick.
They do that. It's very cool every year. I'm sure you've seen it when they do the Game Awards every year. The main 5 or 6 games that are nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Then they do a medley at the end of like all the. So you hear Zelda a lot because that's always in there, Zelda games, and Elden Ring and FromSoft is in there a lot too. But it's just really cool. Then they do a medley of all of them.
Yeah, they did Clair Obscur.
They did that
which
last
was
year.
Awesome.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, which I guess that was a mix in with Tears of the Kingdom. Well, that would have been last year.
No.
That was the previous year. Anyway, whatever year that was cool to they mixed that music in with it.
We're getting Ocarina of Time remake.
Yes.
Very excited. I'm stoked on it, but like the thought of having to do the water temple again just makes.
You think they'll change it at all?
They changed it evidently because I've never played the little the remake that's on the 3DS.
The 3DS.
Oh yeah,
they changed it on that evidently.
Did they
to make it like a little bit more manageable?
Yeah, because that's just.
Oh, I remember.
Good Lord.
Yep.
I remember the original. That was
So, I think it'll have all those little tweaks, just making it more of a.
Yeah, they won't change the main core of it, but like they do with quality of life, other stuff they'll do.
I'll tell you the real VIP that we're getting this week, Star Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the demo of that. Like it's pretty sick.
It's basically 1 for 1.
Yeah.
I played that N64 game till the cartridge almost wore out. So like
it's not one that I actually owned when I had my N64.
Yeah.
And so
it was back in the day when you only had, maybe 2 or 3 games, so you played
Yep.
what you had.
You just played it all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you
So
got for since we
Yeah.
sidetracked?
no, it's all right. I got us off sidetracked anyway, talking about the Game Awards. But it had to do with the music. So we, anyway, see, I wanted to mention the sound design first is incredible in this. Like we talked about on Earth, especially all the stuff in space, but even on Earth, the dust storms, and you really feel like the dust being or hitting like the truck when they're going, like all
Yeah.
that. Like I was just like amazed by all that, how real all that felt
Yeah.
in the sound even.
I feel like that should have been another win for them because the sound design.
Yeah, they got
That was a
nominated,
nominated,
but,
yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it always makes you wonder, well, what did win?
Well,
Yep,
it's the same
every
with the
time.
score. Like we talked about that, and well, previous ones too, where it was nominated but not won. Like Inception didn't win in 2010, but then you said, "Oh, The Social Network." I'm like, okay, well that makes sense
Yeah,
because
it
that's
does. Yeah.
one of the best scores. But yeah, 2014, I don't know, but
We'll look.
um,
You guys are you do that.
the way, yeah, I already mentioned the way the sound is played with in space. So the main instrument you're talking about, you said it feels different, is the pipe organ is the main thing used in this, which is incredible sounding anyway, and the way he uses it in this score is awesome. Cornfield track is one of my favorites. The other one is the docking sequence, which I talked about, and the way that keeps elevating as it goes and just getting more massive, which obviously Hans Zimmer is one of the best at making massive sounding scores, is just awesome in that scene in particular. And then also their descent into Gargantua. That's the name of it. I was wondering, I kept forgetting the name of it, Gargantua.
Yeah.
The score there is too, is like, feels very powerful because it just keeps building. And yeah, it is one of his best. But I can't say it is because it's like, there's so many great ones,
Yeah.
but it is high up there.
So Birdman won a bunch of things.
Okay.
That's what won cinematography.
Birdman was great.
Yeah, it was.
Original score, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
Okay.
Won
Good.
that.
I don't know if it should have won though.
It's one of my top favorites for Wes
It
Anderson.
was good. Yeah.
And then just sound editing. I'm going to see because they didn't give me that one off the bat. American Sniper.
Oh, come on.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, sure. No, it shouldn't have won, but I'm sure it did feel very, all the
Sound like some
sounds,
real
but
American
still-
gunshots.
Yeah. But still, though, no, yeah.
Sound editing. What was the sound mixing? It doesn't say.
Yeah, I can't agree with that
No.
one.
Well, also, I got mad because we were talking about, was that on Inception?
Whiplash sound sound
Oh,
mixing.
okay. Yeah.
Love Whiplash.
Yeah.
When we were talking about Inception, what King's Speech won so much in that year, that made me so mad because that movie, I'm like, come on.
Now talk about a boring movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that Colin Firth? who's
I
in
think that
there?
was the year was that 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like,
And he
come
was just in
Disclosure
Disclosure Day.
on. Yeah, we'll talk about that
Will
very
he?
soon.
Oh yeah. You don't.
Right after this pod. We're going to talk about the TV pod.
Oh
Just
Yeah.
like it was like
So we
somebody
just saw it.
watched.
well, I'll tell you I thought it was. I like that movie.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into trivia.
Okay.
The method of space travel in this movie was based on a physicist, Dr. Kip Thorne's work,
That's
which was also the basis for the method of space travel in Carl Sagan's novel Contact, and the resulting movie adaptation. Matthew McConaughey starred in both.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Contact.
Contact.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
97. According to Dr. Thorne, the largest degree of creative license in this movie are the clouds of the ice planet, which are structures that probably go beyond material strength, which ice wouldn't be able to support. Hans Zimmer was instructed by Nolan to make a unique score. It's time to reinvent the endless string ostinatus need to go by the wayside. The big drums are probably in the bin. Nolan did not provide Zimmer a script on any plot details for writing music for the film, and instead gave the composer one page of text that had more to do with Zimmer's story than the plot of the movie.
That's right. I do remember hearing about that, and that's really cool. So then he's not like immediately trying to score a space movie, and that was very intentional. Yeah, for that reason. And it's more about like the humanity and the love over transcending everything, and which is very cool.
Spielberg was attached to direct this movie in 2006 and hired Jonathan Nolan to write the screenplay. He chose other projects instead, and in 2012, after Spielberg's departure, Jonathan Nolan suggested the project to his brother, Christopher Nolan. Anne Hathaway suffered from hypothermia while filming in Iceland due to the fact that her astronaut suit was open while filming scenes in this icy water.
That's brutal.
So would that have been the water stuff that would
Iceland?
It would have been if they were filming in icy water, was that where they filmed the
Miller's Planet?
Yeah, Miller's Planet. Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah. The giant dust clouds were created on location using large fans to blow cellulose-based synthetic dust to the air.
Cool.
I was wondering about
That's cool.
because it looks
so other than the one on the ball field and the one in the distance that had to be CG. But like all the close-up medium stuff of like around like the house and things like that.
It was to the point like some of those big shots where like not when they were like inside of a car, but when they were all driving down the road and stuff. I was like, dude, like this looks like they're just driving straight through an actual dust.
Yes.
All right, like Inception and the last two Dark Knight movies, Nolan has focused on as many real environments as possible. We have spatial interiors. We built closed sets and shot it like a documentary, like the actors were really there, he said. Nolan had the visual effects created in advance and projected onto screens placed outside the spacecraft set. So when the actors looked out the windows, their vessel, they would be able to see and react to the real environment and not a green screen. Technically, Nolan said he shot with an IMAX camera on this movie more than any of his previous movies. He also wanted to give greater enhancement to the audio experience this time around, and stated that he had very ambitious and sound mixing plans. I want to give audiences an incredible immersive experience. The technical aspects are going to be more important than any film I've made before.
All right.
Nope, job. He crushed it. Job well done.
The wormhole was placed near Saturn as a reference to 2001 Space Odyssey because the Stanley Kubrick originally planned for that part of the movie to take place near Saturn. But also the storyline of Arthur C. Clarke's novel, unfortunately, as visual effects technology was not able to make Saturn's rings at the time, he changed it to Jupiter. So in the book, it's in Saturn, but he couldn't do it in the film. So then they made it Jupiter.
That's cool. I mean, that's
so then he did it.
Another reference to that movie. Because I feel like TARS has to be another homage in some way.
Dr. Thorne won a scientific bet against Stephen Hawking upon the astrophysics theory that underlines this movie. As a consequence, Hawking had to subscribe to Penthouse magazine for a year. This famous bet was depicted in The Theory of Everything in 2014.
That's great. That's such a strange, for a bet. Like those are your.
That's according to Albert Einstein theory of general relativity, it would take an infinite amount of time to cross the threshold of a black hole's event horizon as seen by distant observer. The person crossing the threshold, however, would notice no change in the flow of time. Several tracks of Hans Zimmer's original score were recorded at a tempo of a beat per second, 60 beats per minute, precisely matching the passage of time, a recurring theme for the film. These key screen scenes included Imperfect Lock, No Time for Caution, the docking scene, and in the varying portions of Stay, Mountains, the water planet, and Detach.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
So
matching the BPM.
Yeah, that's crazy. The books displayed on the bookshelves shown in this film were the actual books Nolan had read and used for his research about black holes and singularity.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that because I was reading them as I was going.
I was thinking, how do you pick?
I know. I was wondering,
how do you pick what you show?
I was wondering if these were all just like things he liked or he wanted to reference, or that's cool.
In working together, Nolan and McConaughey said each was different from their perceptions of one another. McConaughey expected Nolan to be a perfectionist, but learned he's a collaborative more of a collaborative, has a dry sense of humor, and that he actually likes the imperfections. Meanwhile, Nolan believed McConaughey would be loose and laid back, but found him to be intense and serious about his work on film. Matt Damon was not included in any promotion for this film. His name was not mentioned. He did not attend any of the premieres. In fact, apart from an article in Variety announcing his casting as an unspecified role, this role was kept secret until the release of the film.
Awesome.
In the documentary-style interviews of older survivors shown at the beginning of this movie, and again on the television playing at the farmhouse towards the end, are largely from Ken Burns' The Dust Bowl 2012. They are real survivors, not actors, of the natural disaster, with exceptions of the footage of the actress Ellen Burstyn. She plays Murphy, and this obviously was not there for the real.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. Themes and messages. What do you guys think? What are we saying in this film?
I have humanity and the bonds that tie us together, but also the quote I started with. I mean, I think that's ultimately the central theme is love transcends time and space, or the only thing that transcends time and space, and that's something that we should trust over other things.
I think it's a big story of regret. Just with like the leaving aspect and like, and then like also just a big statement about the planet.
Oh, sure.
You know, if something doesn't change, we very likely are heading towards something similar.
Yeah.
That's obviously not the only themes and messaging, but two things I picked up on.
Yeah, definitely. Climate change is definitely an underlying thing in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think for me, it kind of similar along the lines of what you were saying, but just that, you know, intelligence alone is not the best tool we have, but like also the bonds we have as humans, because it's obviously the love, right? It's like what they say is like can transcend the gravity, and just that the connections there are just as important, if not more important than all the sciencey stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Final thoughts. I just was like, even just your last comment makes me think that like, I think this is even more relevant now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And because like just in the last couple of years, the amount of new stuff with space travel and exploration has been really cool to see, and you can kind of see that momentum build back up.
Yeah.
And it's just neat to think about the things that along those lines, like what technology or what are things that we're going to be able to do to hopefully improve or reverse any of the things with climate change. I mean, I think about, they're talking about putting, all these like AI server farms, like just building space stations and putting in space where like the cooling and the solar can drive them all much easier, and then just broadcasting the data down so then we don't have to do that here and use the resources.
So we can
here.
still drink water then?
Right. But I mean, just that's one example. And then there's like evidently like things that they kind of don't touch on as much in this film, but I think you a little bit in some of the other stuff, and including like, I think For All Mankind, like kind of touches on this stuff, but the, just how everything we know from what we know changes once you're not here.
Yeah.
Like in space or in it. And so like, even like just things for, biology of human, like in biology of, so like we might be able to find cures for things just by stuff that we can do there that you can't even do on our planet.
Yeah.
And it's like crazy stuff like that just, I don't know, just seems like a new invigoration into almost like sci-fi adjacent reality, right? Like and that's not just like, hey, we're getting cooler computers, right?
Yep.
Because like, I mean, again, just an iPhone alone, if you go back, like just when I was a kid, like, and you handed somebody that, they'd be like, you'd be like, what is this thing?
Yes.
So like, that's cool and all, but like, those are just nice tools to have, right? But like,
Right.
but these other things that really could change humanity
Yep.
is cool.
Absolutely.
And anyway, that was just something I was thinking about watching this time, which even some of the other more recent space stuff like Project Hail Mary or For All Mankind, and even to me, For All Mankind, that started right in fall. It was one of the original series for Apple TV, so it was like the fall of 2019, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And I feel like then it was just neat, and because like the momentum of actual space stuff, it hadn't kind of hit where it's at now. And then like watching it like this most recent season, and really kind of it just feels different watching that stuff when you're like, hey, but we're kind of doing this stuff right
Yeah, we
now.
are. Yep.
And so it's kind of cool.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh, you guys, I know I talked a lot there. Any other final
No,
thoughts?
No.
I don't think so.
Nothing.
I mean, if you've listened this far and you haven't watched it, I mean,
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? But
I'm just-
hopefully you've watched this film.
yeah.
And I agree with you. You're definitely right. It does feel even more relevant now than compared to 2014
Yes, it does.
when it came out, which is interesting when a movie can do that.
All right. Well, what do you guys think? Let us know. You can do that by emailing us at feedback@screentimepod.com, and we'll read that feedback or thoughts on the podcast. Of course, you can also leave a message or DM on the social platforms. So if you don't already, please like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All Screen Time Pod. And if you are continuing with us on our
Odyssey to the Odyssey.
journey to Odyssey, next week we will be discussing Dunkirk. So make sure to.
I think I've
revisit
only
that.
ever seen that once. I need to watch that one again.
I think I've also only seen it once.
Yeah. All right. Well, everyone watch it. Then we'll be back next week talking about it. And until then, if you want to follow any of us on Instagram, I'm at JYoungBar.
I'm at Jared Youngbar.
I'm at Don't Follow Me.
All right. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys.